Oh my god, look at that. The silhouette, holy. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to sunny Moscow. Today I'm going to shoot a new episode and I thought today I also want to talk to you about shooting street photography in Russia, how it is. So maybe for some of you it might be interesting, maybe you thought about coming here, or maybe this might give you a good idea if actually it makes sense to come here to shoot street photography. And later on we might be able to ask a local that does street photography what his experience is shooting street here in Moscow or in Russia in general. So but today for the episode, the camera that I'll be shooting today is the Leica Q2 Monochrom, and the filter attached to the camera, in this case it's an orange filter, but more on that a little bit later. So I would say without further ado, Moscow Q2 Monochrom, let's go. On that day I was meeting up with Alex, he's a local, and he was shooting a Leica SL with, as far as I remember, I think it was a 35 f2 Monochrom for L mount. So when it comes to street photography, Russia doesn't have the best reputation. I mean, not that people talk bad about it, but you don't see much online. There are certain spots in the world like New York, London, Paris, where people shoot street all the time, Tokyo for instance. But Moscow, it's not that common. And I've been here for a few days now, and maybe I've seen one or maybe two photographers that look like they are shooting street, so not that many, but the city is big. So why is it that Moscow is not so well known for street photography? I mean, in the winter, yeah, it can get cold, but also might be a good opportunity to shoot. So honestly, I have no idea. If you know why, maybe let me know in the comments down below, and also let me know if you have considered coming here, or maybe you have been here shooting street, so also let me know in the comments. Okay, shall we go?
Yeah, there's the fountain there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then find anything interesting.
Yeah. Wait, here might be something. The kids and the shadow on the wall. That's oh no! Don't. No, Nick. No. From up here is perfect. While we were walking, we saw this couple dancing, and we thought maybe it's a good idea to go down to the river and have a look. Maybe there's some cool shots there. Okay, we'll see. Now I regret not bringing a, color camera. That's fine.
bring color camera.
I mean, not here right now.
I think it's
Even though I was a little disappointed in the beginning that I did not bring a color camera, but I think it worked out pretty well, and even the black and white, it's not too shabby.
Только мы с тобой вместе должны еще раз.
Наверное. Запомнил?
Usually I don't hang around in one spot for too long when shooting a video, but in this case, I don't know, I thought maybe it's worth it, so we were there for a while and then the couple changed location and we did so too. And yeah, there were also other couples dancing, so maybe this spot is, I don't know, famous for dancing. I mean, the lighting is beautiful and there's a lot of room, so it totally makes sense. These guys looked really professional. Maybe they were, I don't know, practicing for a contest or something. Yeah, it was pretty cool, and especially with the backlit scene that I think that made for some really nice shots. Finally, it was time to move on because otherwise we would have spent the whole day or until sunset there, so I think it was a good idea to move on. I think we got the shots that we wanted.
You have a long lens and a lot of nice.
What are they doing? Exorcism?
Especially for you.
Oh, be careful. Alright guys, it's now the next day because yesterday for some reason, I mean there's a specific reason for it, we did not shoot that much. As you just saw in the video, there was this couple dancing and we were sticking around for a long time because I think it was totally worth it because there were some cool shots. So there wasn't enough time to shoot more images for the episode and I thought, why not just continue the next day, and today is the next day. So now I'm heading out into the city and to get more shots, and I will let you know a little bit more about my experience shooting street photography here in Russia and also about my thoughts about using this filter here, the orange filter on the camera and the settings that I'm using on this one. Alright guys, let's do this. Let me quickly give you the settings that I was using. I was shooting mainly in aperture priority. The exposure compensation was dialed into -1. The ISO was set to auto. Apertures between f1.7 to f11. And yeah, that's basically it. And for a lot of shots I was using autofocus actually, especially when shooting wide open, because that is way quicker than I could ever focus. The guy taking a photo here, I've bumped into him before, and I think or at least it looks like that he is a street photographer, which is actually pretty cool. So I thought maybe I'd take a photo of him taking a photo. Alright guys, now let me quickly share my experience shooting street photography here in Russia. I mean, granted, I shot only here maybe 2 weeks, now here 1 week in Moscow, and a couple years back 1 week in St. Petersburg. So it's roughly 2 weeks. But what I've noticed over these 2 weeks is that shooting street photography here is really pleasant, and it's different. Let me explain. For instance, in Mexico, when I was in Mexico, I mean, it's not long ago, I was there for 4 months, and what I've noticed is that people were so polite and so curious about what you're doing. So when they saw you taking their photo, they smiled at you, which is fine, but I don't really want that, because then the photo almost looks staged. But here it's different. When people notice you, they just ignore you as if you're not there, which is perfect. And nobody really cares. I mean, at least nobody seems to really care. And when I was shooting yesterday with Alex, I saw him taking photos of people, which was also interesting, because it's a third-person perspective for me in this case. And yeah, the same thing. Like, nobody really cared, even though he got really close and people saw him. Nobody seemed to be bothered. So I think for that reason, it might be a good place to shoot street photography, especially if you're maybe a little bit shy or you are afraid that you might get beaten up or something. And also, I think if you always go to the same places, maybe just try and come here, get out of your comfort zone, try something new. There's everything you could ever need for street photography is here. You can get film, you can get cameras. There's plenty of people. Especially in summer, there's so many people outside. It's great. So I would say you should definitely come here. And if you have been here in Russia shooting street, let me know in comments down below what your experience was or is. If you live here, even better, then share maybe a little bit of your experience in the comment section. All right, guys, let's continue. I think this metro station has potential, so if you stick around here for a bit, you can probably get some really good shots, or if you come here every day. For me, when I'm shooting an episode, I don't want to stick around too long, because otherwise I would just have photos from this one spot. But still, I think it's a pretty good place, and yeah, highly recommend coming here. Alright guys, don't forget to check out my street photography zines. That helps out the channel and that allows me to make more videos like this in the future. And now let's see what my favorite shots from this episode are. Okay, that's it for today's episode. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. See you in the next one. Until then, auf Wiedersehen.